Hello students. So after discussing first chapter, which is an introduction about the carbon, okay, we are discussing today, that is second lecture, okay. So today we are picking a topic, that is allotropes of carbon. Now what are the allotropes? Allotropes किसे बोलते हैं, क्या लगता है? Allotropes are or those compounds which are made up of same element or same type of element, but they have different properties. Now properties means that they have different types of chemical properties and physical properties, okay. So both properties are included in this word, that is different properties, okay. So those compounds which are made up of same type of elements but they have different types of properties are called as allotropes. But here we are talking about only the allotropes of carbon. So let's talk about allotropes of carbon. Now there are mainly three allotropes of carbon which we need to study here. That first is diamond, you all know diamond. Second is graphite. Third is Buckminster fullerene, okay. What are the difference between these three allotropes? So mainly difference is that these two are naturally occurring allotropes. These are naturally occur, they are exist naturally, but this Buckminster fullerene is synthesized in laboratory, okay. It is not a natural compound, it is synthesized in laboratory. Clear? This is a major, मतलब कि आप बोल सकते हो कि ये एक मेनली डिफरेंस है इन तीनों के बीच, ओके, या ये दो और ये इसके वन के बीच, ओके. नाउ टॉक अबाउट फर्स्टली दैट इज डायमंड, ओके. टॉक अबाउट डायमंड, लेट्स राइट डाउन हेडिंग डायमंड. Now I am drawing here the structure of diamond, that one carbon is attached with other three carbon like this, okay. You also write down dot here instead of carbon, okay. That is 4 carbon, one carbon is attached with 4 carbon. Now also this carbon is attached with one carbon, this carbon is attached with another 4 carbon like this, okay. This one also attached with 4 carbon like this, this one attached with also 4 carbon like this. Because of 4 is a carbon valency, you all know that. If you don't know, we further study, okay. Same like this carbon also combined with 4 carbon. So diamond structure is like this, okay. Again this carbon also combine, and this is the structure of carbon, okay. Now because of, we all know that carbon has outer there is a 4 electron in its outer shell, okay. All 4 electrons form bond, that is a we can say that this is a first bond, that is sigma bond. It is a sigma bond. Covalent bonding appears in carbon and carbon. We all know mutual sharing of electrons which form covalent bond, and first covalent bond is always sigma bond. Okay, so there is a no free electron here. You can say that there is no free electron here. So write down. Okay, before this I am writing some of basic things, that one carbon is attached with another 4 carbon. Okay, one carbon is attached with another 4 carbon, 1 2 3 and 4, that is 4 carbon. That first point. Second point is the geometry. Because of 4 carbon is, whenever 4 carbon is combined, or we can say that total 4 atoms combined with one central atom. If we take one central atom, the 4 other carbon, that is we can say that terminal atoms which combine with one central atom, the geometry is like this. One carbon, any one atom combine like this. The third bond is like this and fourth bond is like this. Now these are the 3D structure. If we take carbon, 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 this is like 3D structure. If I take this only, so this is a above plane like this. This colored bond we can take as above plane. If this is a plane, this is above plane and this is below plane like this. If we take a 3D structure, and this bond and this bond which is drawn by line only, it is on a plane. Okay, if we take 3D structure, this is a 3D structure, and tetrahedral geometry is also in 3D structure. You study this in 11th chemistry. Okay, so these two bonds are, we can say that if these two bonds are on the plane, this is above the plane and this is below the plane. We need to show all axes, that is x, y and z in 3D structure. This is a 3D structure. Okay, and this geometry is called as tetrahedral, like this. This geometry is called as tetrahedral. Okay, so because of this also have tetrahedral. So second point is geometry is of diamond. Geometry of diamond is tetrahedral. Okay, tetrahedral. Even methane has tetrahedral geometry. Okay, methane. If we take here hydrogen, 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 also methane has tetrahedral geometry. Okay. Third point is, if you have tetrahedral geometry, the bond angle is 109.5 degree. Okay. So first third point is bond angle. The bond angle is 109.5 degree. Okay, clear? If you have any question, you can ask me. Clear? Now fourth point, you are assuming here, if you notice that there is no free electron because of all four carbon of carbon is used in bond formation. So there is no free electrons. There is no free electrons, and because of no free electrons, we can say that diamond is a bad conductor. Diamond is a bad conductor of heat and electricity. Okay, if we have any type of free electrons, we can say that there is a conductor of heat and electricity, but there is no free electrons. Because of this, electrons can we can say that electricity is passed through free electrons, but because of this there is no free electrons. We can say that diamond is a bad conductor of heat and electricity. Okay, fourth point, that is it is a hardest substance. It is a hardest substance. Also high melting point. If we need to melt this diamond, we need very high energy. Okay, that's why we can say that it has a high melting point. And obvious, it is a hardest substance, because of, we all know that it is used to cut out the steels also. Okay, you can use this diamond to cut glasses, hardest glasses. Even it is used to cut out this metals. Okay, so, and sixth point, that is it has some of reflection of light properties. Okay, seventh one, that Neptune, Jupiter, etc. planets, they have methane gas in their atmosphere. They have Neptune, Jupiter, etc., Saturn, these all planets have methane gas in their atmosphere. Okay, this methane gas, this is CH4 methane gas, form or separate out the carbon from the gas, and the diamond rain shown. This gas separate out the carbon from them, and we can say that the diamond rain happens in the in those Neptune, Jupiter, Saturn planets. Okay, clear? This is just a fact that, and it is reality, that these planets have methane gas. Whenever methane gas separate out, carbon is separate out from methane gas, this diamond rain is happen. Okay, we cannot see that. Okay, but I know this fact. Okay, that's why I am writing here. Okay, so today we are discussing allotropes, and firstly we discuss this diamond allotrope. Okay, now take a screenshot and write the notes. Now second allotrope is graphite. Now let's talk about graphite. You also use it. Okay, you have graphite in your pencil. Okay, so graphite structure is like this. We have a hexagonal like this. Okay, we also have here also another hexagonal, and we have a triangular like this. Now the bond is okay, these all have carbon, these all have carbon, these all have carbon like this at all the joints. We can say all carbons are present. These all carbon are combined like this. This is combined with this, this is combined with this, this is combined with this, like this. Okay, you see here that one carbon is connected with 3 carbon. So there is a one remaining electron which slightly combined with this, but this is not we can say that because of this is a slightly long bond. Okay, there is a very long bond length is very high. So this is not a sigma bond, but this is a pi bond. Okay, this is a pi bond. So all this dotted line is shown here, that is all pi bonds. Okay, these all sigma bonds. Okay, so graphite has one layer, that is A, second layer, that is B, and third layer, that is again A. 3 layers are here. Okay, A layer, B layer, and or again A layer. This is a structure of graphite. Okay, clear? Now the bond length is 343 picometer. This bond is very long in compared to this. Okay, so this is 343 picometer. Okay, clear? Now geometry about graphite is hexagonal. It is a hexagonal geometry. It has a hexagonal. Because of these 3 layered are slide on each other. Because of these, the 3 layered are slide on each other. We can say that here in graphite the 3 layers are slide on each other. We can use graphite as lubricant or dry lubricant at the machines which running on high temperature and pressure. Why we use this as a lubricant? If a question asked to you, you can write down the answer like this, that here in graphite the 3 layers are slide on each other. 3 layers are slide on each other. Because of this we can use graphite as dry lubricant at the machine, or in the machine, we can say in the machines which running on high temperature. Because if any machine used at high temperature and pressure, we cannot use oil because they burnt the oil. Okay, so lubricancy is not there. Instead of using oil in those machine, we use this graphite. Okay, clear? Okay, now it is a soft substance or compound. It is soft compound. It is a soft compound. Okay, because of the free pi bond electrons. Now here the pi bond, this carbon has 1 electron, this carbon has 1 electron. This is a temporary bond. Okay, so we can say that these electrons are free. Even those all carbon which forms pi bond have free electrons in their valence shell. So these free electrons are mainly we can say that used to transfer heat and electricity. So we can say that because of 3 free pi bond electrons, the graphite is a good conductor of heat and electricity, just because of this free electrons. But in the case of diamond, we all know that there is no free electrons, and that is the main cause that diamond is a bad conductor of heat and electricity. But in this case, there is a free electron, one free electron, and this is the good conductor because of those free electrons. Clear? Okay. So this is a graphite structure, and the sentences about graphite, points about graphites. Now we had to third, that is Buckminster Fullerene. Now we are talking about the third one, that is Buckminster Fullerene. Write down the heading Buckminster Fullerene. Okay, we all know that it is synthesized in laboratory. Okay, how? When carbon, that means graphite, we use graphite, reaction at high temperature and high pressure in electric arc, we get C60 and C70. That is a carbon, 60 carbon atoms are combined. Even we get 70 carbon joint with them, each other, and also sum of traces, that is a little amount, 350. Okay. So if we talk about structure of the Buckminster Fullerene, it has a soccer or football structure like this. If we all know about soccer and football. Okay, like this. This is C5 carbons in this, even they have C6 carbons. Okay, clear? This Buckminster Fullerene, this Buckminster is a name of architect. It is a name of architect who designed the geodesic dome. It is one type of a building that is just like look like this soccer ball. Okay, so in pride of this Buckminster, the name is given of this architect to Fullerene, that Buckminster Fullerene. Okay, कि ये जो आर्किटेक्ट है उनके नाम पे उनको थोड़ी सी रिस्पेक्ट देने के लिए फुलरीन का नाम ये बकमिनिस्टर रखा गया है. ठीक है, जिन्होंने जियोडेसिक डोम जो है वो बनाया है, वो सिर्फ सेम इसके जैसा ही है, बहुत बड़ी बिल्डिंग जैसी है. एक आर्किटेक्ट थे जिनके नाम पे ये रखा गया है. ओके, क्लियर? सो these are the allotropes of carbon, and today's session is here completed. Now we head to the third topic in the next lecture, that is versatile nature of carbon. Okay, so till then, now I am signing off. The video is wrapped up. Okay, goodbye, see you.